Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. My usual stuff is behind me. I'm thinking about maybe starting to do some shows on the road, different locations. Let me know what you think in the comments below, if that's a good change up, or if you like the background, or let me know what's going on. So, as you know, since I've started this YouTube channel, I've said the Democrat Party is the Democrat Socialist Party. I will often come on here and compare them to Nazis. Well, now, after the election, the mainstream news media is starting to take notice. Whoa, wow. So, and I bring you this from Newsweek. And it's written by Khalida Rahman. And it's dated Monday, November 9th, 2020. That is today. The title of the article is Fox News Contributor Compares Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to Nazi Germany over Trump Sycophants List. To quote the article, Fox News contributor Joe Concha, who I like, I think he's a reasonable dude, likened recent comments made by Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to Nazi Germany and called on President-elect Joe Biden to denounce her. The bottom line is, with Joe Biden, he talked about unity in his speech, and it was a nice speech. But then he has to follow that with actions, Concha, a media reporter for The Hill, said during an appearance on Fox News and Fox and Friends. Concha said Biden needed to start by calling out members of the Democratic Party and singing out Ocasio-Cortez, who won a second term in the House. Concha referenced a tweet posted by the Congresswoman on Friday where she predicted that Trump sycophants would delete evidence of their affiliation with the president in order to downplay or deny their complicity after he leaves office. Goes on to state, is anyone archiving these Trump sycophants for when they try to downplay or deny their complicity in the future, Ocasio-Cortez tweeted. I foresee decent probability of many deleted tweets, writings, photos in the future. Concha went as far as to suggest that Ocasio-Cortez's tweet was as heinous as the practices of Adolf Hitler's regime, which persecuted Jews and other groups of people and infamously complete list of enemies of the state. That's because it is. Because, see, it's the same thing. There's no difference. There's no difference in what the Democrats did during these last 4 years. No difference. They called out their little black-clad troops, and you can bet that was well organized. They burnt down cities, mostly Democrat-controlled cities, because if you go into a Republican city with that crap, they're going to have you arrested. But Democrats won't, see? That's the difference. And this is a quote, when Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, for instance, starts putting out tweets about compiling lists around who supported this president, I remember a country back in the 1930s that also tried the whole list thing. Oh yeah, that's right. It was the Third Reich, Concha said. I do believe some YouTube guy, maybe his name is Dan Dawson, said that about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks. I'm not even sure. But I've been saying this. They're doing the same thing as the Democrat, or as the Nazi Socialist Party. It's the Democrat Socialist Party. So for all of you who wonder how the Nazis took control of Germany and Austria, this is exactly how. It's the same thing. There's almost no difference. They've taken the Nazi platform and then boiled it into a Democrat platform because they have all of you thinking with emotions, not your brains. They're telling you they're going to raise taxes. They're telling you they're going to disarm you. They're telling you they're going to make you part of one world government. And you don't have the common sense to listen. Start listening, people. Stop voting with emotions. I don't care if Chelsea Handler says Trump is racist and you're black, so you can't vote for him. Mind your damn business. I've actually had that conversation with a few of my Facebook friends. And so for all of you that are on the Dan Dawson Show Facebook page, you would have seen that conversation before Facebook took it down. We're in a time of censorship. Time of censorship. Facebook is censoring you. YouTube is censoring you. People are trying to show you the truth. Share this so all those people in your circle know the truth, even if they don't want to accept it. That's fine that they don't want to accept it. This is how Nazis took control of Germany. People always ask, well, how did Hitler actually take control of Germany? How did he convince all these people? This is exactly how. It's the same thing. It's ridiculous. So to go on to quote the article, until Biden starts calling out members of his own party and says this needs to stop if we're going to bring the whole country together, those 71 million people aren't going to believe a damn thing around unity if we keep hearing lawmakers speak in those terms. And then it goes on with the actual tweet from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, which is dated November 6, 2020. Is anyone archiving those Trump sycophants for when they try to downplay or deny their complicity in the future? I foresee decent probability of many deleted tweets, writings, photos in the future. And I think it already stated that in the article, so the article kind of repeats itself. To go back to the article and quote the article. Conscious comments on Monday were posted on Twitter by Bobby Lewis, who live tweets Fox and Friends. The clip has already amassed more than 10,000 views. It came after Biden, in his first address, after he was elected president on Saturday, said he would seek to unify the nation and promise to govern on behalf of all Americans. Quote, for all those who voted for President Trump, I understand the disappointment tonight. I've lost a couple of times myself, but now let's give each other a chance, Biden said, end quote. It's time to put away the harsh rhetoric, lower the temperature, see each other again, listen to each other again. And to make progress, we have to stop treating our opponents as enemies, end quote. Ocasio-Cortez and the Biden-Harris transition have been contacted for comment. They have not commented. They will not comment because it's a whole different... See, Biden, I'll give him this. He actually understands politics. And he knows you cannot run on a socialist agenda and win. If not, Bernie Sanders would have been president years ago. Years ago. But see, this is what we get. So, I've already said it before in a previous video. If you want to go back and watch that video, it's Sheepdogs Stand Down. Stand down. Let them have their communist heaven. Let them have it. Because the only people who are actually going to benefit are the leaders at the top. See, that's what communism does. And you talk people into communism with emotions. And that's what's happened. I see it all the time on my Facebook. It's just raw emotion with no facts to back it up. And it's just ridiculous. But I've already said the Democrat Party has become the Democrat Socialist Party. You've seen my videos. You've witnessed it. I played you the one clip where the Congresswoman said, hey, we should never mention socialism again or we're going to lose seats. You see, most of these people, I'm looking now, right? And they're giving the Democrat Party till 2022 to get overthrown. I gave them to 2024. I thought it was going to be like a whole 4-year cycle. Maybe I was off. Maybe I was wrong. But the base is speaking. We don't want socialism. I don't want to work 100 hours a week for somebody to sit on their couch and take half my money. And they do nothing and end in the same place. Because if you remember, Kamala Harris said equity is everybody ends in the same place. No, Kamala. No. I'm not going to work 100 hours a week. I'm not going to run myself to skin and bones. So somebody can lay on their couch, smoke meth, And if you don't think that's true, check out Oregon. They're doing the same thing. They've already legalized meth and cocaine. Ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So, thank you for watching this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. Like, subscribe, share, do what you gotta do.